What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun 2 is actually the first Leprechaun movie that I ever saw. I just came across it at this record store by my house. So there's this record store by my house that also sells movies. It's like in the center there's like aisles with all kinds of records and CDs, and then all of the walls in the entire store are just filled with just countless DVDs and Blu-rays, and they have a designated horror section, which is an entire wall, and that's where I picked this up. Is the DVD right here? Little glare. Honestly, the covers on these are kind of cool, but the movies are another story. I had to talk about this because I was just looking at the DVD and this was just confusing the heck out of me. I'm like, all right, who wrote this quote? So I hope you all can see that. It might be a little bit of glare, but one of the quotes on the back says, "He's meaner than Freddy." What are you talking? Are you what are you on drugs? The Leprechaun is meaner than Freddy Krueger? Get out of my face. That's whenever I don't know. In a recent video I was talking about that. I did a video on Scream 2, and then on the back one of the quotes like described the movie as delicious. I mean, what's up with these quotes that they use on the back of DVDs? I don't know. I don't understand it. I feel like I never will. But yeah, Leprechaun 2 is the first Leprechaun I ever saw, and when I first saw it, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not a huge fan. After rewatching it, still not a huge fan. The first two Leprechaun movies are not my cup of tea. I feel like they're pretty boring, but there was some fun to be had in this. There were some cool moments, and there were some things that they improved on in this one. So, you know, there's that. That's cool. That's all good. But anyways, I'm going to jump into a little plot summary here. So, the basic plot is, at first, it takes place 1,000 years in the past. The Leprechaun has this guy as his slave, and he's trying to take this guy's daughter to be his bride if she sneezes 3 times. This is crazy to say, to say this out loud. Like, the plot is kind of silly, but I was rocking with it because it's like it's a silly concept anyway. So it's like, why not just go all out silly with it? But yeah, if this guy's daughter sneezes 3 times and no one says God bless you, then she like magically becomes the Leprechaun's bride. But the guy says God bless you because he doesn't want his daughter to be married to this nasty little leprechaun. So then, you know, like there's this curse. So her descendant will have to, you know, be the leprechaun's bride in 1,000 years. It flash forwards to 1,000 years. This girl's descendant is dating. Her name is Bridget. She's dating the main guy, Cody. And, you know, the leprechaun comes through in LA and he's trying to get his bride, and that's that. That's the basic story. So now I'm going to get into my likes, and actually my first like has to do with what I just said about LA. So one of the things that I liked about this is the different setting. It takes place in LA. It's a cool setting. Moving forward, most of the sequels now take place in different areas, which I like. Like the third one's in Vegas, the fourth one's in space, and then you got couple in the hood. So I like how they, you know, will like put the leprechaun in all these different settings now. That is pretty fun. Another thing that I liked is that you can definitely tell this had a higher production value. seemed like it had a bigger budget. The makeup looked a little bit better. The sets looked better. Like there was, you know, more locations, so you know, it definitely just looked better overall. Um, Another thing that I like is that it actually takes place on St. Patrick's Day. I don't think the first one took place on St. Patrick's Day, and I can't recall if, you know, any of the other sequels take place on St. Patrick's Day. They probably do, but this one did, and it really, you know, utilized that. It really had a lot of themes to go along with the holiday. There was like quite a few St. Patrick's Day parties. People are at the bar. They're all dressed up, wearing leprechaun outfits and stuff. So I thought it was pretty darn festive. Yeah, now I'm going into like a bunch of random likes. So earlier on in the movie, the leprechaun like steals this whiskey from this homeless dude. He like rips out his gold tooth, which is awesome. But it's Canadian whiskey. He just like spits out. He's like, man, this is some BS. Canadian whiskey, we don't mess with that. Like, it's got to be Irish whiskey or nothing. So I don't know. I just thought that was a fun little scene that was enjoyable. Another scene that I like is the leprechaun's like on the street doing random stuff, and this like Hollywood agent like gives him his card. He's like, wow, you're such a great performer, and this dude has like a big gold ring, and the leprechaun just rips his entire finger off to get the ring. And it's really funny too, because like the way that they filmed it, when you initially see his finger, you can totally see that it's a fake finger even before they rip it off. Like, I don't know why they didn't just like have a shot of his actual finger with the ring and then like cut to the fake finger, but you could definitely tell it's fake. But it's one of those like so bad it's good, funny type moments. But I thought that was a really fun scene. Yeah, another thing that I liked, I said this in my review of the first one, the Leprechaun's rhymes are on point. He's always coming through with some fun little clever rhymes, so that's always good. The ones in this one were pretty darn nice, so that's always awesome. And then I got just a couple more likes here. So yeah, there weren't that many kills, but one kill that I did like is the Leprechaun. He gets a little too turnt at one point, so he goes to this coffee shop to sober up, and he like kills this guy with like steam from a coffee machine, and you actually see everything. Like the guy's face is all melted and bloody, and it's not a cutaway kill. So that kill was pretty darn good. I liked that. Didn't really like a lot of the other kills, but that I'll get to that in my dislikes. And the last thing that I wrote for my likes is there's this whole sequence where Cody's uncle Morty, he's like a big drinker throughout the movie. He's always just getting too turnt, you know, just he can't stop. I think he has a legit problem, but hey, you know, I'm not hating. But he has like a drink off with the leprechaun, and the leprechaun just gets like way too drunk, and his like when he's drunk, his magic is impaired. So it's like, you know, if you're like drinking and driving, you can't drink and drive. Like he can't drink and do all his like little magic abilities, you know. So he's like trying to levitate this ashtray. He just can't even do it. I don't know. I like the fact that, you know, they added all the drinking elements and the St. Patrick's Day elements, because I mean, you know, St. Patrick's Day, it's a big drinking holiday. It's like, it's funny too, like the little leprechaun getting drunk. I love that stuff. That was some of the best stuff in the movie. But anyways, that's all I have for my for my likes. That's all I have for my likes. Now I'm gonna jump into my dislikes here. The first dislike is that they didn't really do much with the LA setting. Like in the beginning, you see this sign that says Los Angeles, and then you know, the guy Cody, he's running this Hollywood tour, and you see some individuals, some like Hollywood shirts. One of them is Clint Howard, so you know he's cool actor. It's cool to see him, but yeah, other than like a couple little nods, like you can't really tell that it's LA. And I understand this is like an extremely low budget film. They don't have the money to go, you know, film all the famous LA sites, but I don't know. That was just a big dislike for me. Like you're setting the movie in LA, and it's like you can, for the entire movie you can barely even tell it's LA except for a couple settings. So that's kind of disappointing. And another dislike is, once again, there's only like a few kills. I feel like I only remember 3 kills, and once again they're all mostly cutaway kills. There's no gore, which is super unfortunate because in a movie like this, you want the gore and the kills to be there. Like that's the whole point. Like the whole point of watching a movie like this is like, okay, I want to get festive. It's you know, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. I want to watch, you know, a St. Patrick's Day horror movie about a leprechaun. I want it to be funny, and I want the kills to be there. It's not funny enough. The kills aren't there. The gore is not there. It's like with this type of movie, I said this in the last one, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but you gotta go all out. It's just they don't, like they play it like too straight. It's just boring. I don't know. Like I like literally was like, I said to myself like out loud when I was like watching the movie, like during the third act, I'm like, when is this gonna end? Like, oh my goodness, some of these are just hard to get through because there's just like not enough going on, you know. Like there's a couple cool scenes, but then other than that, it's like I gotta watch this entire movie. Like it would be better, like just watch a couple of like the best clips. Like go on YouTube, watch a couple clips. The whole movie is just, it's not worth it. And the last dislike that I wrote down is the it's one of those movies where it just like stops. And I know that sounds weird to say because like every movie just stops, but there was something about like the way it ended that was weird. Like the dude just like flips the coin, and then I think he like kisses his girlfriend, or maybe, or like not even, but it was like, and then it was just like black screen. Like it was just, I don't know, like it was just like jarring. Like it was one of those movies where it didn't really end, it just stopped. And then like, was it supposed to be like a cliffhanger, like that he threw the coin? I have no idea, but yeah, like it was just kind of a lame ending there. But anyways, that's all I have for my dislikes. Now I'm gonna get into my WTF moments, and I only have one. And my WTF moment is the couple in this movie. They're so like on again, off again. Like I'm supposed to be rooting for them, but they're just like switching up on each other. Like they're like mad at each other, forgiving each other, blah blah blah. It's like I can't rock with this couple. Like how long? I feel like they've been dating for a long time, but then it's like they just have like no chemistry. It's like they just met or something. But yeah, like the guy and the girl, they're supposed to go on this date, and they had this big plan, but then the guy has to work, so the girl's mad, which is understandable. But like at the same time, it's like his job, and his uncle flaked out on him, got too drunk, so it's like, what do you want him to like lose his job? And then she like runs off with this other dude, and it's not even like just on some friends stuff. Like she's like low key like flirting with this dude heavily, and then that dude tries to get with her, and she's like, no, you know I'm dating Cody. But it's like, but you were just like, you just ditched Cody, and then he just like Cody just brings over flowers, and then she like instantly forgives him. I don't know, this couple, they need to go to some relationship counseling or something. They need to get it together, because they're giving me a headache. I'm like, what are you guys, like in middle school or something? Like what kind of, this is not a real relationship. Like you guys need to maybe like go your separate ways or see other people or something. I don't know. it's not meant to be. But yeah, that was my only WTF moment that I had. But yeah, what's up with that couple? If you all have seen this movie, I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about. They're on some weird stuff. I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna get into my recommendation. The thing about this is, like I said earlier, it does do a good job of, capturing the St. Patrick's Day feel. So it was definitely cool in that regard, and I guess it's cool to watch before St. Patrick's Day, but the overall movie is just, it's so boring that even if you are trying to get festive and watch a horror movie for St. Patrick's Day, I would not recommend it. I would just say, just skip this movie. Look up the just look up a compilation of the best clips of it on YouTube. Don't watch the entire movie. You could probably find some other St. Patrick's Day horror movie to watch, or just watch some regular movie. I don't know, but yeah. Basically, I would not recommend it. It's not that good. It did have some stuff going for it. They went hard. They put in some effort, like the filmmakers and stuff. They tried to make it fun, but overall, it fell flat. It came up short in my opinion. So those are my overall thoughts. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.